Shifting your reality is actually a lot easier than it sounds. But it's a mindset. So we're going to clear out a lot of all that funky energy these last few weeks. The planets have been doing stuff. I am not an expert, so don't ask me. I'm sorry. But yeah, they have been doing lots of things. But yeah, in order to really prepare yourself mentally, it's a very great idea to just pay attention to astrology and not psych yourself up for anything specific, because that's actually how you psych yourself out. Um, However, it is nice to be like mentally prepared for like chaos. So if you see that there's some things coming up with the planets, just be aware and assume that other people are going to be on some BS, and that you don't need to be. So just, maybe not isolate, but separate yourself energetically and consciously so you're not like affected by other people's BS. And yeah, and then you can just flow much naturally, and you won't feel so much like out of whack or even phased by whatever they're doing, because it's not you. So if you are new to this channel, we like to do some readings. I usually just pull 3 cards, but there's 4 of them, so we're gonna read all of these. And we just kind of like do like a little clarity on the topic. I will tell you, these cards will always reveal what we're talking about. So being prepared for the shift, what exactly is a shift anyway? I'll tell you, it's literally a shift in your life. You will literally go on another course. I talk about this all the time in all of my videos ever. There's this card, and it's I believe it's the 10 of Cups. I might be wrong. It might be a different one. But there's all these different colored tails, and all of them are different pathways, different doors, different gates of your reality that you can lift yourself into and shift yourself into accordance with. And so it's really about knowing that there's other opportunities out there for you and not accepting where you are so you're stuck or you're feeling stuck or stagnant, because those things, they are temporary, and sometimes we get so caught up in the norm, we get caught up in repetition, and so things feel like this is where we're supposed to be, or this is the only place where we can be, and it's not actually true. It's just just kind of like a, not necessarily a lock in your brain, but there's this like paradigm, this reality that's circulating in your mind, and so that's all that you can actually see. But there's other opportunities out there. You just have to shift yourself, shift your reality, and start attracting by doing things that are in accommodation with that reality. So like if you want to be a musician, start buying musical equipment. Even if you're like, amateur or you're adept, start making content. You have to put yourself out there, and you have to start actually investing in what you do. So if you want to see this abundance come forward, you have to invest in yourself. That is like the scariest part of the shift. It's investing in yourself. But I'll tell you what, baby, that's trauma. Just invest in yourself and just do things that will fulfill your dreams and help you fulfill your dreams and help you grow within your dreams. So don't just expect yourself to be an expert at anything, because that is not reality. Nobody on TikTok that has like this amazing voice. Okay, some people are born with like angel voices and have like this glow about them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have this own spark, this own theme, this own archetype, or I guess aesthetic that you can present to the world, which is really just about your personality and what you want to bring down to the world. So just learn how to accept abundance. I'm sorry, it took me a long time to read this card. Learn how to accept abundance and shift yourself into acceptance mode, because there's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations before you actually reach your goals and reach your manifestations. And this isn't a test of worthiness, okay? It's a test of, are you actually in it to win it? Are you here for this shift? Are you here to actually put your damn feet in the shoes that we present to you? We're giving you this pair of shoes. Are you gonna put your damn feet in them? Okay? Because that's what we're doing here. We are testing the waters and seeing what we are capable of, and that takes a lot of, trial and error. So the Princess of Swords, she's very adept in the battles and trying new things, and she's got like this gold aura around her, which kind of prepares her for like situations. She has like not necessarily a defense mechanism, but she has this defense tactic. So if things don't really go the way she plans, she still has like a backup plan for other things, or she just knows how to kind of go with the flow and create a different reality based off of like things not working out. Trial and error, learning from your mistakes. What? I know, right? Resting from strife is also very important right now because, again, with all the shifts, with all the testing of energy and just other people being tested too, and not even knowing or realizing how to respond to that, that can create a lot of negativity, and that will like kind of like, it won't necessarily attach itself to you, but it can affect you if you allow it to. So just try to kind of separate yourself again from other people's whackness and just rest and regain, focus on recharging and just, creating this energy space. Like, I have invested in lighting, I have invested in like my equipment, my speakers, my mic. I just, it's little things that you can do to just start growing and making your content better. Editing, you don't have to have all of this money in order to invest in yourself either. I know that that may sound silly. Like, you don't have to invest in yourself financially. You can invest your time, you can invest your energy, you can invest physical work. Like artists, I've seen artists like literally create masterpieces with chalk on the sidewalk. You don't have to have all of these things in order to create a reality. Sometimes all you needed is a phone. Yeah, I know that, yeah, okay, maybe you need money for a phone, but you're watching this video anyway. Somehow you've gotten access to electronic equipment. And there's actually a lot of really cool free programs out there that will allow you to get a hold of a phone. And I'm just saying, I'm just painting this reality just because it doesn't seem like, I don't know how up or low you are, but this is just a example, a prime example, because you can literally do other things to create this blended pleasure of investing in yourself and creating a work environment that's also allowing you to thrive and just enjoy what you're doing too, because we can create a space around all of the things that we enjoy, but if we're like chaotic about it and we're stressing about it, then that's just going to take the joy, our creativity away, and it's not going to be beneficial. I'm just saying. So just understand that in order to really shift your reality and start walking into the path of where you want to be, you have to start aligning yourself. Yeah, you can affirm all damn day, baby. Affirm, affirm, affirm. Do it. It's good for your mental space. However, know how many times you hear these words that I'm abundant, I am worthy, I am loved. I love you, but that is a mind shift in your reality. You have to start doing some things too. You can't just put these ideas in your thought and just leave it there. You have to actually take action, make content, and put yourself out there. I am being frantic because I want you to listen to this, because there are so many people who would just put this idea that if you just sit here and listen to these affirmations, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, all damn day, yeah, it will work, yeah, it will attract things. But if you wanted to start magically, kinetically working like magic, don't do the work. Gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. But seriously, just do the work. And you'll see how much faster it is. If you put in the work mentally and you're starting to do it physically, just watch how fast that shift is. And I'll calm down. Okay. No, seriously though, like it really, it's not always just about the mindset. The mindset is the very first part, don't get me wrong, but you have to start actually doing things. You have to start actually putting yourself into alignment. It's not just about the mindset, it's also about the physical activity, because we're here to experience life. And yeah, maybe reality is created, maybe reality already exists, but we are experiencing life. How can you experience life and all you're doing is just sitting here thinking about what ifs and just knowing that you're attracting things, and like you're just here in this room. Like, I will create a reality. I have like lived in this house for years and I've done so many affirmations, but until I started actually doing more work and putting myself out there, instead of bubbling up and being under covers and just waiting for reality to happen, it was not going to work that way. So I was going through things too, but I had to shift out of that. I had to get out of that stuck zone, that stuck mentality, and just learn to just put myself in other places, not spread my energy out so far, but actually start concentrating my energy into specific things. Because when you concentrate energy, when you concentrate your focus on one specific thing, things will be like magnetic and energetically aligned, so it's kinetic. Again, it's so kinetic. So just realize that it's not just about the crystals, it's not about the affirmations, it's not about the Reiki, it's about a combination of everything, but also doing the physical stuff too, because all of that is like a foundation. That is a foundation, and you are the core. In order to see the core grow, yes, it needs the foundation, but that core is going to be like where everything else, all the magic happens, where you're going to start decorating, where you're going to start thriving, creating, and just having this like, relaxed and fulfilled space. So like, this is the foundation. Reiki, energy, crystals, all of this, affirmations, meditation, music, journaling, all of this is a foundation. In order to actually start, building on the foundation, the core has to go on top of it, and you have to start building that. You are building yourself. You are the core. The rest of this is the foundation. I hope that makes sense, because I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. So, I don't know why I'm so thrilled to be here today, but I am. So, things like this, you can create your own elixirs, you can create all these things, you can buy crystals for days, and eventually you got to realize too, you're spending money on these things when you could be creating them yourself and creating a little shop, a little bit of abundance yourself by doing things yourself. Because again, reality is to be experienced, and if you're not actually putting your feet out there and actually experiencing your feet in the sand, and you're doing these things that where you can feel, you can touch, you can experience life, you're not actually doing the things that are going to attract you. In the state of affirmations, you're telling the universe that you want these things. You want the universe to bring them towards you. But when you're actually doing the work, when you're doing the physical labor, when you're putting yourself out there, when you're creating, when you're just, experiencing and experimenting with things, then the universe actually sees like, hey, this person is actually being serious about what they told us they wanted. Let's give them some more. And so then things become much more kinetic. That's just like a way to understand it better. So the universe can see you writing these affirmations down, but when you actually start doing things, when you start like kinetically aligning things, when you start cleaning and organizing your space, your head space first, and then all of your physical space, then you can see that things are actually happening because you have much more clarity. There's not all this clutter around you, and you can see that, hey, I'm actually investing in myself, and things are actually happening because I'm investing in myself. And so that creates this spiral effect of you wanting to invest more and things happening and bringing themselves towards you. That's how people grow online, on social media, without the ideas and concepts. People do this on their own, but I'm painting a reality and teaching you the actual elements of it and why it works, so you can actually understand that, hey, I gotta put myself out there. If I actually want something to happen, I need to start doing things. So this is the shift in your reality. I am here shifting you right now because you're listening to me and you're like, wow, that actually kind of makes sense. I know, it's crazy, huh? But like seriously, people always, celebrities do this stuff, and some of them are actually spiritually in tuned and aware, and so that's why they do these things. But some people do them subconsciously, maybe from past lives, or it's just something that was passed down them from their reality or their environment, and so that's something that they're doing naturally without having to understand it. But the understanding aspect is going to allow you to shift yourself. So if you are stuck in trauma, if you are stuck in a reality that you feel like stagnant in, because we can get stuck in places, and that doesn't necessarily mean like stuck, glued, super glued, gorilla glue. You can get rid of gorilla glue anyway. My point is that you're not there forever. You might be there right now, and that doesn't necessarily mean that's where you're going to be forever. So just know that just because you've started somewhere very small or intricate or complicated, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't grow into this blossoming, beautiful, abundant like life that you want to create for yourself. You just have to like understand that you have to shift this mindset that you have, that that you can't or you don't deserve more, because that is really what we're trying to get rid of, is the deserving part. Because we have like, even if we want something, there's this subconscious, because we've been created with this reality that we are limited creatures, or we're limited in our reality, and we have like, so we go for specific degrees, and then like when we're like 30 or 40 or 50 or something, we're like, oh yeah, this is not what I thought I was going to be doing for the rest of my life. I thought it was, but whoa. And so like, it's this limiting aspect. People in like their like 60s, 70s, dude, like they start things new too. So it's not like age isn't the thing, money isn't the thing. What is it then? It's, again, it starts with your mind, and then it starts with the actual activity. Because when you start to shift your mind, you can start actually wanting and having the audacity to do more. So yeah, that is a very important aspect, don't get me wrong, but you have to still do the work. So just make sure that you're doing this process in consistency, and make sure that it makes sense. Because if you do feel like, because you can do the work too and have like your reality shift back into like a state of perpetual cycles, or where you feel like you're just kind of in repetition. And so when you do feel that way, your creativity flow starts to lessen or weaken or be, not as great as it usually is. And so you have to go back into the focus of the mindset and the mind shift, and realign that energetically with the affirmations, meditation and stuff. And so then that will again go back to your physical side. So mental space, spiritual space, and then your physical side, your creativity. They go hand in hand. You got to pour into each cups. But it's like, you have to have the mindset. You can still do all of the reality part, but it's very important to have the mindset first and then do the reality too. So they go hand in hand. I know there was a point to all of this ranting. They go hand in hand, but you really have to start selling yourself. And in order to sell yourself, you got to put yourself out there on the shelf. Okay, now that makes sense, I just want you to realize that just because you're listening to all of these affirmation videos every single night, and you're not seeing this spark of energy, it's not because it's not working. It's because you're not doing the actual work. You have to do the work. You have to put yourself out there. You got to teach, bring like some education to the world. I don't even invest that much in this. I literally come here and I talk about things. Some people just talk about their day and they make money doing it. So if people can have like a podcast or a YouTube and just talk about their day-to-day life, you can do something that's going to bring pleasure, and something that, where you can see a return on the exchange of energy. So it's not just about like having like these skills or some esoteric motivation. Sometimes it's just really about just doing, just putting yourself out there again and making content, or just, just being a part of it. Like actually like having some audacity to do things will just be the energy spark that you need to ignite this giant elaborate fire. So just do the work along with all the other things. Don't put all of your coins into these concepts of spirituality and expect them to just magnetize everything for you, because you are an individual experiencing reality and you have this timeline that you've created, and you have to be a participant in that timeline in order for it to start playing out. So if you're just here chilling, nothing in the world is going to work. You're just gonna be here chilling and the world's gonna be operating around you. So, that reality is painted. I hope that makes sense. Even if you hated my ranting, hit that like and subscribe button because it helped you. I know it did. Even if it irritated you, you know it worked.